Welcome to Movie to Beer, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Dan Baberski, and tonight we have with us a couple of wonderful co-hosts.
Marvel expert Blake Hunt.
Spider-Man lover Randall.
Yay. Awesome. So we did a little bit of experimenting today because we did a little experimenting with what we watched, and that was Into the Spider-Verse. Wonderful, wonderful Spider-Man movie.
So good.
And worlds collide, as you know. Well, universes, not worlds. Well, I mean, alternate worlds.
If you're talking about that Power Man 5000 song, Worlds Collide, then yes, worlds do collide.
So we had a discussion about, hey, what we're going to do with this. Let's experiment. So we're doing something really cool tonight. We mixed, while we were watching the movie, porter, cider, pilsner, and fruited sour in different ways. We did 3 different combinations. All 3 were okay. 2 were really good, and 1 was outstanding.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about those in a little bit. So we do have actually 5 different, 2 ciders and 3 beers that we can talk about briefly towards the end of the episode. At this point in time, though, this is an amazing movie. We all have seen it multiple times. We wanted to watch something fun, and this is about as fun as you can get.
What if we go back and forth? What if we talk about our first beer selection, our first mixing, and then try to relate something to the movie, and then we'll go back to our second, and so we'll, like they did in the movie where they kind of started over a few times. Maybe
work.
We can do that, so
Let's
we don't
do
have
that.
to. So people don't, because I think getting all the beers at once is kind of intense.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about in this episode for alcohol consumption. And as
All right.
always, remember to drink water while you're consuming all of this different kinds of alcohol.
Yeah, especially since you're essentially doubling up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did small tasters. We did like a 3-ounce taster of these different mixes.
Yeah, because we're professionals. We know what we're doing.
Okay, so Mr. Marvel expert, give us a background of this movie-ish thing.
Give us a synopsis in 6 words or less. How many Spider-Mans were there? There were 5.
Spider people.
Spider
Randall.
people.
God,
Spider
it's
people.
2020.
Because
Were there
Gwen's a
5?
female.
And persons.
Spider Ham is a pig.
Yeah,
And
so
he's a pig,
spider
so
beings.
it's a spider gang.
Spiderlings.
Okay.
How many people? How many?
6 words. Hold on, 6 words or less.
6 words. Okay, no. How about this?
Multiverse based on spider people.
I like that. Okay, now do it in your best impersonation of.
John Mulaney?
No.
Oh.
Nope. The guy the actor who recently died. What was his name? Who played the one who in the Noir.
Oh, Humphrey Bogart?
No.
Or Nick Cage?
Nick Cage, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Nick Cage is doing a Humphrey Bogart, though.
Yeah.
And Nick Cage is still alive.
All right, so let me
No,
think.
he passed away, I think.
I don't like this. I hate
It's
this
breaking.
bit.
It's breaking here first.
I hate this bit.
No, that's the joke. That's the joke. If you're ever at a party and you want to like freak
Cage
people
really
out,
died.
you're
Yeah.
like, did you guys hear about Nicolas Cage?
Oh,
I'm mad because you did this to me while we were hanging out before,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I fell for it.
Oh, okay.
That's
so-
why I'm mad.
Okay.
And now
I
you
love
fell
it.
for it again.
Okay,
Wow.
do 5
awesome.
lines in Nick Cage impersonation about this movie. Because by this point, I think most people listening to this have seen this movie.
All right. Miles Morales was a regular kid until the spider bit him. Also, there's a super collider that brought more spider people to his universe. Kingpin is an egg-sucking dairy farmer. I don't know old-timey insults.
That's okay. That was a good Nicolas Cage, though. That was pretty good.
Beast!
So what? Multiverse, like dimensions collide.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Spider people come out of the dimensions. Mayhem ensues.
pretty much.
And-
They
Yeah.
have a hard time existing here,
Right.
Since
do.
they're not their cells don't line up with our universe.
Yeah, I get it. Totally makes sense.
And Doc Ock explains that to them quite specifically.
If you're friends with her, she goes by Liv,
She goes by Liv. And
which
did
Aunt
you-
May does.
Yeah, she did. She called her Liv and is like,
Oh,
"Do you
great,
guys
it's
know
Liv."
each other? Shit.
Yeah, but there's too much science. If you want science, go listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Topical.
So what do we drink first?
So we had this, Ecliptic Brewing here in Portland, Oregon, well known, make really good classic beers. They have this porter called Capella Porter that's been around for a couple of years now, maybe. And they produce it year round, and it's really dry and clean, and it's very wonderful. And I was looking around for something that would add some fruit profile to it, because you can always add a fruit to a porter or a stout, and this being a little thinner porter, I was like, let's get a heavier, thicker, kind of syrupy, big, bulky, giant cider. And lo and behold, so we went to our favorite neighborhood hangout, Cerveza, down on Killingsworth. It was awesome.
No matter what multiverse you're in, always go to Cerveza.
Always go to Cerveza. Go to the place with the great cheese curds and beer. And they have their own house-checked mix, too, which I've gotten a few times.
So delicious.
So I picked out the Finn River Cider, which is a blackcurrant. And this was one of the first ciders I actually had when I moved out here to the Pacific Northwest. And people around me were drinking wine a lot. And I was like, well, let me try some cider.
Right.
And you know, because beer, you can always fall back on that. But I wanted to try something different. And so this is a really, really big, wonderful, full-bodied, in-your-face flavor profile, but not over-sweet. And that's what I was hoping for. It's like a tart fruit puree that goes kaboom in your mouth.
A fermented tart fruit puree.
Yes.
Nailed it.
And so Finn River is out of Washington State, northern end of Washington State.
So somewhat local.
One of the islands up there.
Where?
It's
What's it called?
Finn River.
F-I-N-N?
F-I-N-N.
River.
River, yeah.
It's an island?
Yeah, they're out of,
No, it says Chimacum,
Washington. But they originally were off of one of the islands up there. Olympic Peninsula, that's where they say they're from on their label.
Oh, they're on the peninsula. They are near Port Townsend.
Yes. Very good stuff. So I had this cider many times, and I had the Capella Porter, and I was imagining in my head, hey, how would this go together? And Surveys had both, so I was like, this is going to be the first one we try. Then we sat there and went round and round and round thinking, well, we have these Pilsners we want to use up. And I wanted to get this other cider because the Portland Cider Company was the other cider we bought, and they had a 6-pack of those, and proceeds go back to the community. So I'm like, well, let's do a good deed while we're drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
Wait.
For once.
That's not a good deed? Just drinking alcohol is not enough?
Well, when the proceeds of it go back
the way
to
I
the
drink.
community, yes, it's great.
We paid for the beer.
We paid for it. So Yakima, Washington, Single Hill Brewing is where the fruited sour called Rocket Punch came from. And that was done during the second portion of the film. So the first portion of the movie, we did the Capella Porter and the Finn River. We did it 2 ways. We did kind of a 3/4 porter, 1/4 Finn River.
Yeah.
And I think all liked that one better than doing like a 50-50.
Yeah, going heavier on the porter, I think because it's thinner.
Yeah.
I think is what helps. Like you get more body, just enough body you need for a regular porter from the add-on.
Yes,
the cider.
The flavoring. And the flavoring didn't add a lot of sweetness. It just added just a fuller body to it. It added some thickness. Thick.
Yeah.
With 2 C's.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So the movie we were watching, we did it at the beginning of the film. So we enjoyed it for the first, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Tried the different versions of it, and then we went on to the second one.
A good origin beer to a decent origin story.
Yes. We all liked it, and everyone was like, hey, good job on this one. And, we posted some pictures on Instagram of these together, these combinations. So if you are listening to this, check us out on Instagram or on Facebook feed, and you'll see the pictures and what it looks like, because it was a really nice kind of dark hueish reddish color.
Yeah, it looked like if a red ale turned evil. Like it felt very to stick to the theme of the movie. He's not in it, but very Venom.
Yeah,
kind of infecting Spider-Man.
Yeah. Randall, what were your thoughts on this first combination?
Let's see. First combination was pleasant surprise. Something I haven't tasted before, very much like this movie. Something I hadn't seen before, so I liked it. I'm giving it a thumbs up.
Good deal. I definitely liked it.
Yeah.
I think we all three really enjoyed it. So on to the second part of the film.
Pause for commercial. Blake, you got anything for us?
Oh, commercial time.
You got any
Hi
sponsorships
there.
for us?
Hi there. I'm Peter J. Parker from Earth 427. And I, unlike all the other Spider-Men, got bit and didn't get any powers. I got put in the hospital. I'm allergic to spiders. And that's not fair. I don't see why. No, don't you turn that mic off. I bought Time Fair Square.
Who is the bad guy in this movie? What was his name?
Kingpin?
Kingpin.
Wilson
I feel like
Fisk.
Kingpin should have been in like a suit commercial.
For big, for
Big
ungodly big and wide, for unearthly inhuman big and wide.
Giant Men's
Yes.
Warehouse.
Voiced by, oh darn it, he played Sabretooth in the bad Wolverine movie.
Dang it. Okay.
You know everything.
But yeah, the next part of the movie where we get to meet the villains and a cool, like a fun version of Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Which,
Fun.
if you read the comics, it's not a surprise. You see female Doc Ocks all the time, but this is a fun, voiced by Catherine Hahn.
This is a sponsorship for her, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit, we're still in the sponsor
Yeah,
part.
still, yeah. Go to commercial.
Do you need replacement octopus arms? Come down to Doc Ock's Octopus Octorium.
Doctor
Octotorium?
Octotorium. Cafetorium.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's.
We're scientists, not salesmen.
Blake, thank you for the commercial break.
Beer.
I don't know if I should say you're welcome or not.
It's all good.
It was great.
So we moved on. That first combination, the Capella Porter and the Fin River Cider, really good. And then we moved on to the second combination, which we tried. And this part of the film, we were looking at. It was like Miles was discovering his powers. He ran into the other Spider-Man that's got the dad bod. That's kind of cute.
Peter B. Parker,
Peter
Jewish,
B.,
which
yes.
I thought was a nice touch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Voiced by
It was really
Jake
cool.
Johnson, big fan.
What did you think of this part of the film there, Randall?
I thought that when he was going through puberty, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
That's what he said happened.
Yeah, I think the puberty part was the coolest part.
Yeah.
I
He
love
grew
how
a little bit.
I love how this movie makes it canon.
Yeah.
That spider powers include louder interior monologue.
It's like a great way to as a single dad, I don't know how to talk about those kinds of things to kids, and so someday I'll have to have that talk with my son, and I'll be like, it's because you got bit by a radioactive spider. Every man goes through this.
That's awesome. So it was kind of a weird sour moment in the film, I guess you would say, where he's discovering things and it's not pleasant. So
Like puberty.
Yeah,
puberty.
we've all since we've all been through it. We're like, I don't want to relive this.
I don't
Just
either.
get to the cool spider fights.
We decided to mix it up a little bit. I had these light American Pilsners from Deschutes Brewing called Deschutes.
Which such a good can.
I know.
It
Total
looks like
rips
a
off-
looks like a
rips
Jimmy Buffett
off-
album.
It does. It looks like a Jimmy Buffett album. It's got all kinds of fun, florally things on it.
Mm-hmm.
And a bear.
Yep, classic Jimmy Buffett.
And a moose.
Less Jimmy Buffett.
And I can't tell. It looks like a bird. I can't tell.
Well, it is Portland. Put a bird on it.
Yeah, put a bird on everything. So we had these Pilsners from a few days ago. And so this was one, we did actually buy this at Fred Meyer. We did not buy this one at Cerveza. But the beer we mixed with it, the Single Hill Brewing Rocket Punch Fruited Sour. So this is from Yakima. Really small brewery. You can find them in cans here in the Portland metro area. The writing is very shiny. And so this is like 4.5%. Really light. Pineapple,
They were both really light.
blood orange, and lime. So this added a lot of, and I think Blake suggested it first to let's do a 50-50. And I think that was a good call. It really lightened up the sour because the Pilsner just doesn't really have much of a body, much of a flavor profile. It kind of just thinned out the sour a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, the Pilsner on its own is a good end of the night beer. When you're full, but you want one more, but you don't want to be completely wrecked.
And it's only 99 calories.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, see, I'm basically it's a workout. It's a workout shake.
Yeah, if you lift your glass enough times, you can use 99 calories. So just little teeny sips. So somebody's
Sorry.
dinging.
Sorry,
it's all
that
good.
was me.
Ding.
That was well timed.
It was well timed.
And commercial.
Commercial break.
But I feel like the 50-50, I'd have to agree with you. It added each one added enough without taking away from the other.
Yeah, and I thought this was it's fall. It didn't really fit with the weather and with the movie
Nah.
part. Yeah, okay, so he's growing up growing pains. He's trying to figure out how to be Superman, Spider-Man, and it's kind of really frustrating. And this combination to me was a little frustrating because of that. I felt the frustration in both the beer combination and the movie.
I like that. I always get stressed during the quote unquote training montage when they're escaping the lab, and Peter B. Parker's telling them all these steps: square your shoulders, move your hips, don't shoot off your back foot, don't do that. He's like, he does too many things.
Yeah,
then stop
please slow
listening.
down.
This was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man of the beer combinations.
Wow, come out,
That's rough.
Toby, please don't add us.
Don't worry, he's not
As a
listening.
dedicated listener, I'll have you know.
That's rough.
I don't even think he drinks beer.
I really
doesn't.
liked Wonder Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying he's a good actor. I mean, I liked him in Pleasantville. I'm just saying he wasn't my favorite Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If I may, of the live-action Spider-Man so far, Tobey Maguire plays a really good Peter Parker, okay Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield is a really good Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
Really bad.
Tom Holland nails both.
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
So that's
The
all.
the more recent one.
Yeah, okay, well.
I'm waiting for him to face off against, Venom, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah, big tonal shift.
Yeah, sorry. But more Spider-Man stuff. So yeah, the movie progressed really well. And just even thinking about the movie. So the writing, the visual style, if you haven't seen it yet, you're living under a rock, you should stream it and watch it.
Yeah.
It's an amazing film. Visually, it's a little hard for those that have if you have hard time watching
epilepsy
kind of things, because it's really bright and it flashes colors and it looks like a comic book. We kind of discussed that the Morier pattern effect thing that they did offset for the colors,
which the directors / writers of Phil Lord and Chris Miller of the Lego Movie fame, right? Yeah, they did the first Lego Movie.
Yeah, and
they wanted it to feel like a comic book,
and it does. It has the little pop-ups that use the correct really crappy Comic Sans.
That's not crappy, guys. Like, there's that's somebody's dedicated job to just letter comic books.
Yes, using Comic Sans.
That's a profession.
It is, and it's such a horrible typeface.
No, it's pretty good. I like it.
Really?
I'd use it on a resume.
And a logo.
Spider-Man.
And a logo. Being former designer myself, I've had people ask me to use that. I'm like, no.
It's not as bad as Papyrus.
Oh my god, that's so horrible. I was gonna say that, but you beat me to it. What?
Okay, do we have room for one more sponsorship, Blake? You got something?
You got something for us?
Oh, I got something.
Music.
Oh no!
You know what? We got so many megabytes of room on the hard drive. You just think about it for a second.
Think about it and say something.
Shoes. Spider shoes.
No, he had sweatpants on. Spider pants. Spider sweatpants.
Everyone. All you Scorpions, you Venoms, you Dr. Octopuses, you Shockers, you Prowlers. Need a place to drink away from the cops? Come down to the Watchers Brew Pub.
Located underneath Aunt M's backyard.
Actually, the Watcher is located on the moon, so you're going to take a quick spaceship up to the moon.
Gotcha.
And it's just around the corner from that Applebee's. That's right, there's a moon Applebee's on the moon.
God.
Featuring delicious drafts and tasty brews like Coors Light and Busch.
You guys want to hear a really random fact about the moon?
God, please shut me up.
I'm going to tell you about the random fact. How far away is the moon? Does anybody know?
A lot.
It's like 250,000 miles.
I was going to say it's over 100,000 miles, but I want to say it's probably closer.
I'm pretty sure I could throw a rocket at the moon.
How big is that? What could you fit in that space between the Earth and the moon? What do you think
a billion Spider-Men.
About a 35th. It's about a 35th the size of the Earth.
Spider-Man.
So 35th or 36th the size of the
Earth.
Earth.
I heard. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson told me today that the distance between the Earth and the moon, you could fit end to end every planet in our solar system.
Holy cow!
What?
I don't believe that though.
No, because that's bullshit.
I'm telling you,
are
Neil
you talking
deGrasse
the
Tyson.
core of those planets? Because you know how big
like,
Saturn and Jupiter are. They're gigantic, dude.
Okay, I will research this while you guys talk about the third beer, and I'll come back at the end of our show, listeners. I'm going to tell you how many planets we can fit between the Earth
frantically
and the moon.
tapping on his phone to figure it out.
It's called research, Dan.
Oh my god.
He's researching.
Oh my god, you're so true. True that. Welcome back to Movie to Beer, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there. We have recently spoken about a couple of mixes in this wonderful film that we watched called Into the Spider-Verse. We had the Capella Porter and then the Finn River Cider combination first. And then second, we had the Deschutes from Deschutes, mixed, which is an American Pilsner, low calorie, wildly refreshing, as it says, with the bear and the moose on
Move it along.
And Rocket Punch Fruited Sour mixed together, 50-50 on that one. Okay. We did I think a 3/4, 1/4 on the Finn River. Pretty good. The last combination towards the end of the movie, which there was only about 15 minutes left, I was like, oh crap, we have a third combination to try.
Yeah, at this point, it's just all the colors on screen, colliders are exploding, all the villains and spider people are fighting. Yes. Spider-Ham's just
He's
laying
hammering.
down.
He's hammering him out.
He's hammering, he's anviling, he's just laying out Scorpion.
It was like the animators or designers fell asleep on their keyboard when selecting colors
It was like,
for the last scene.
Or their cats walked across the keyboard.
Yes, it's a very odd collection. And so we thought to ourselves, we have a cider and a porter still. So,
which I'll tell you right now, I was hesitant the entire time. Like, I don't know if that's going to be a thing. I can't imagine that working. But I trust Dan. These guys trust me to yell about Spider-Man stuff even when they don't want to hear it, and I try to stand on beer.
So yeah, this was a challenge because I was like, okay, this is going to taste exactly like the first one, but it didn't.
Oh man, this is like Miles Morales' suit at the end of the movie.
So Capella Porter 50 with Portland
It
Cider
fit
Company.
really well. That's the other half of that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Portland Cider Company, which has been around for a few years, really good stuff. I've been to their location in Southeast a few times. Really awesome.
#humble brag.
They have this thing called the PDX Community Cider, and what they did is they did a base cider, and then they added a whole bunch of different fruits to it that were provided by the community. And a portion of the proceeds of this alcohol go back to those communities.
So awesome.
So it's really good. We did a 50-50 with the Capella Porter and this Portland cider, and it dried it out and made it just a little bit crispy. And it was amazing.
I believe I said something to along the lines of, by Zeus's beard.
Yes, you did.
It packed a lot of punch.
There was a lot of really
A lot of good stuff happening in there. Like
good combination. I think best for last and a good surprise. Very serendipitously provided, and it did work because in the end the good guys win
With a punch.
Everyone got home. We're gonna plot spoil the hell out of it. Everyone got to go home.
everyone made it
And
back.
sorry, plot spoil, he meets his roommate.
He does.
It's just-
And that's the whole kind of like the last series of Spider-Man episodes. The roommate figures out who he is, and then he has to help him hide it, and that's what I think they're going with this is like hey roommate, I'm Spider-Man, because it's not that hard to figure out.
Also, they share 40 cubic feet
Yes.
of space.
They're in a very small like high school honor roll location thing.
Why
Yeah.
do sequels always cost more money?
I don't know. Why do they?
I don't know. I'm just
I
asking.
thought
Like,
this
you
was-
think about
I
that?
thought it was
Like,
a
they
setup
always
for a
spend more
punchline.
money on the sequel, and I can't think of a sequel that's like hands down better. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, there's a
Spider-Man
few.
2.
Spider-Man 2
Literally,
has-
the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 is better than the first one.
Yeah, but those are just not great movies
It
to
might be
begin
the-
with, though. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I will forever remember. It's not like Star Wars.
All right,
you know?
Yeah.
all right, guys. I'm
I
gonna.
mean, Empire Strikes Back is better than the
It's
original.
rule of thirds. It's every third. It's not the evens.
It's
Or
not-
it is the
yeah.
evens. It's not the odds. Oh,
Ter-
wait.
ooh.
No, backwards.
Terminator
It is the
2?
odds, not the
Terminator
evens, yes.
2
is
a
better
good
than the
one.
first one.
Terminator
Yeah,
2,
maybe.
Okay, maybe. But in the trilogies, like the second one is usually worse, or no, I guess it's
I
the
don't
third
know.
one.
Yeah.
It's typically
Yeah.
the third one.
So they're gonna make another one of these, and they're probably gonna use more money to make it. And I just think that's a bad move. I think they should give them half as much, and it'll be twice as good as the original.
Yeah, as long as the writers are down with that.
Why doesn't anybody do this? I don't know. Hollywood.
Because bigger is better.
Bigger's
Yeah, I
always
guess
better.
so.
That's what
Anyways.
that's what they think.
Do we want to say more about beers or movie?
So you didn't give us any input on that last set there.
I
did
think
you?
it was great. I don't know. I think after, I'll tell you what. After the second one, I was kind of like, and after all the colors on the screen, I think I was just like overloaded.
Yeah.
That I couldn't quite appreciate it as much as maybe you guys did, but it was good. I didn't mind the second one either. The second one was like blew my mind, but like I'm surprised how fun it is to mix beers.
Yes. We'll do this again another time. This was a great opportunity. We had talked
Totally.
about doing this before, and was like, hey, let's do it tonight because it's a great movie to do it with.
It matches really well.
Yeah.
It was a mashup
And-
of so
and-
many things.
Mixing beer and beer versus beer and cider, I think the beer and cider is a little bit easier to manage because those flavor profiles are so separate.
That makes sense.
When you start doing beer and beer, especially since these beers aren't that far on the beer spectrum from each other, they're both lighter beers. One just has a bunch of fruit tart, and the other doesn't have much flavor.
Like they're not from like totally different dimensions.
Correct.
Oh,
See
I
what
see
I
what you
did?
did
See what I
there.
did there?
Yeah.
I see what you
Because-
did there. Yeah,
Like
okay,
Bill and
so-
Ted.
So what do you have an answer for your research project over
Oh
there?
yeah. So if this is where we're gonna end it, no, say goodnight first. I want it to be the last
The
thing.
last
the
thing
last
people
thing
hear.
after the credits.
Good night, Gracie.
Thank you for listening to Movie and a Beer.
Yes, thanks everyone for taking the time to listen. And if you're out there and you're going to watch this great film with your kids or with a date or with just you're bored and you want something cool to watch, it's not that long of a film. It is really fun to watch. It has great writing. The visuals are amazing as long as you don't have epilepsy. Then it
And
sucks.
the voice acting, my goodness.
Yes, the
I
voice
love
acting is really
casting.
good. I mean, it's Nick Cage. I mean, come on. Nick Cage is
Nick Cage
noir.
doing Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I drink
pretty
egg
great.
creams. I punch Nazis.
Yes. He does. They showed him drinking one of those egg creams, which is a form of
egg
cream
creams are
soda.
delicious.
I've never had one.
So good.
I've heard about them. So anyway,
If you want to see what we drank, if you want to like match up what we drank with watching this movie or another movie, go to the Instagram, Movie and a Beer. Just
yep,
with
check us out,
underscores.
and or check us out on Facebook. We're up there. So as always, thank you for listening. Remember to hydrate while you imbibe with whatever it is you're going to imbibe,
Hydrate or dihydrate.
as they say. And we do need to include the usual disclaimer that the opinions expressed during the taping of this podcast are those of the hosts, because we don't have any sponsors at this point yet.
Well, no, we didn't. No,
We
no,
got
those,
that-
those were all fake. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got that bar I made up, and
We have fake
the angry,
sponsors.
the one angry Peter Parker who has no
Yes,
power.
who has no powers.
No.
And so
What a fun
research. Give us
Okay.
the word.
All
Just
right,
that
everybody.
knowledge.
Knowledge
So,
us.
inside the distance between the Earth and the Moon, when the Moon is farthest away, you can infect.
What?
Fit every planet end to end.
And you saw it on the internet, so it must be true.
No, it's like I'm doing some research, dude. Like it's saying, like at the apogee, that's the furthest away the Moon.
What site are you
from
getting the
Earth.
information from? gonna
Let's see.
challenge you on that one.
It's Slate.
Okay,
I
well,
don't know,
yeah, they're legit.
Slate.com. I don't think they're gonna lie to me.
I was,
I
gonna,
mean,
I was gonna say if it ends in biz, you might need to check a different site.
you know what though?
Whatever.
Like they can't prove it though.
I mean, because we're not there. We've never actually physically visited the planets, so you
Yeah,
don't really know how big
totally.
they are. It could just be
I
optical
don't believe
illusions.
it. I don't
You don't
believe
really
it.
know. Okay,
I don't
so
know.
anyway.
Fake, potentially
So-
fake news.
More coming from the alternate universes as we discover more fun trivia, and we'll share with you as we do more recording. So
What should we watch next week, guys?
we'll come up with something cool.
Okay.
Fun show. So thanks for listening, everybody. This has been Dan.
Oh, we're gonna watch Black Widow. We have a special. We totally forgot, guys.
Yeah.
We got to watch Black Widow, and I don't know even know why we didn't do it for this episode, but we're gonna do it for an episode coming up.
Yeah, in the near future.
We'll explain. You'll just have to listen.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's been real hard to not talk about it.
It's been really challenging.
Dan keeps hitting me.
Well, I'm giving you the death scare.
No.
You guys, listen. It's coming.
It's coming up. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good night, or good morning, or afternoon. You know, listening. Take care.
Drink beer.
Bye.
Take care. Fun.
Fun.
Here comes the spider hand.